desperately grain from Ukraine. Millions of people are in a dire situation because this grain has been blocked until now. And we have to continue monitoring closely the implementation of this very much important agreement. On this crucial issue, we have been working closely with the United Nations, who has been playing an absolutely key diplomatic role in facilitating talks. NATO is also part of the discussion. Our political unity is rock solid, and our efforts are closely coordinated and mutually complementary. Since the first day of the Russian invasion, the European Union and NATO have been standing and working together in support of Ukraine, and the transatlantic link has shown to be more stronger than ever. Once again, multilateralism and transatlantic unity are our greater asset to respond to the challenges posed by the Russian aggression against Ukraine. But the security challenges are not just about Ukraine. It's not just about the war that Putin launched against the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Ukraine. There are other scenarios. We have already talked about Mali and Central African Republic, where Russia is increasing its negative influence through the Wagner Group that has led to human rights abuses, plundering of resources, and further insecurity. Russian mercenaries are posing a direct threat to the people in these two countries. We also work together in Bosnia and Herzegovina, where Operation Althea continues to play a key role for the stability and security in the country, in Western Balkans that have a European perspective but facing a lot of problems. We have been working during the summer on trying to avoid a new crisis between Kosovo and Serbia, and I am very happy, as you know, that this talks has been very fruitful also. The role of Operation Althea has becoming more and more important in view of the ongoing political crisis in Bosnia and Herzegovina, and the regional tensions are being fueled by foreign interference. Our commitment with Bosnia and Herzegovina will continue. And finally, if I can say finally, because this kind of discussion never finish, we held an interesting exchange of view on how to boost our defense industrial capacities. You cannot talk about defense without talking about defense industry, and how to address capabilities and leveraging our economies of scale. And based on the proposals that I, together with President von der Leyen, presented to the European Council, the European leaders call to make progress on fostering joint procurement and helping the European defence industry to ramp up the production capacities. It's going to be an increase on defence expenditure. It's going to be an increase on demand to the defence industry. The defence industry has to ramp up their capacities in order to provide what the European armies will ask for. We are working on that with Commissioner Breton, who was present during our meeting. For that, we have set up a task force to support member states and coordinate their very short-term needs in order to refill their stocks of arms. As you know, the Commission will provide from the European budget 500 million for the next 2 years in order to incentivize the joint procurement of the European armies. Thank you to the Czech Presidency to continue to support us in our efforts to get a swift and ambitious agreement in the Council about how to use these resources, and after with the European Parliament. I know it's not an easy task. It will require time and efforts to start delivering concrete results. But I think all ministers were very much aware that we are taking concrete and historical actions to ensure that the increases in defense spending will result also in increases in a more efficient spending. It's not only about spending more, but spending better. And in order to spend better, the best way is to spend more together. This means collaborative spending, and that's why we started with this system of joint procurement. Minister, thank you very much for your hospitality, and thank you to all of you for your attention.
Krásné odpoledne i za mě. Já jsem velmi ráda, že můžeme dnes hostit neformální setkání ministrů obrany Evropské unie. Je to první setkání od doby, kdy Česká republika převzala předsednictví v Radě Evropské unie. Scházíme se ve velice turbulentní době, kdy čelíme mnoha bezpečnostním hrozbám. Pan vysoký představitel tady víceméně shrnul přesně ty teze, na kterých jsme se shodli. Já bych nad rámec toho, co tady říkal pan Josep Borrell, tak bych zmínila oblast Sahelu, oblast Afriky, která nás také trápí, a to nejenom proto, že řada z nás, evropských ministrů obrany, v této oblasti působíme v různých výcvikových misích, takže i toto téma bylo poměrně častokrát zmiňováno v tom našem dnešním jednání. Jsme si vědomi toho, že ta spojitost právě i s válkou na Ukrajině tady je značná, protože to, že v oblasti Sahelu působí vlastně Putinovi vojáci, kteří si říkají Wagner's Group, tak to už víme dlouhou dobu. Nechceme jim vyklidit pole, máme za to, že je zapotřebí v té oblasti Sahelu dál působit a rozhodně nestahovat naše vojáky a neutíkat z boje, ba naopak je zapotřebí se snažit o nějakou stabilizaci té situace. To ruské barbarství na Ukrajině bylo tématem prolínající se tím celým naším jednacím dnem. Sama tedy za Českou republiku můžu říct, že jsme připraveni všechny ty výzvy, které tady dneska padly, tak dále projednávat, ať už na vládě České republiky, v příslušných výborech Poslanecké sněmovny, Senátu, a to tedy jak tu možnost nějakého výcviku ukrajinských vojáků, tak samozřejmě i možnosti další pomoci té materiální. Česká republika stála, stojí a bude stát na straně Ukrajiny a chceme být skutečně i dál tím lídrem té pomoci, a to nejenom na úrovni materiální pomoci, ale i vlastně na úrovni toho, že už více než 400 000 Ukrajinců dostalo v České republice krátkodobý pobyt. Jsou tedy tady, teď s námi v České republice, a já jsem na to jako ministryně vlády České republiky hrdá, že tady můžu dneska stát jako zástupkyně země, která se chová tak, jak se k demokratické zemi sluší a patří.
Thank you very much. So now we have space for two questions, I'm afraid only. So first Czech television, please.
Dobrý den, Lukáš Maté, Česká televize. Já bych se chtěl zeptat ještě na dodávky zbraní na Ukrajinu. Ráno od některých ministrů zaznělo, že ty státy, které nejvíc podporovaly Ukrajinu, začínají mít vlastně problémy s tím, že nemají možná dost zbraní na zajištění vlastní bezpečnosti, protože Ukrajině poskytly a budou žádat jak finanční prostředky, tak možná náhrady od dalších členských států těch zbraní, které poskytly. Mluví se o tom na Slovensku, Česká republika taky poskytla poměrně dost zbraní. Je to něco, co rezonovalo na té dnešní radě a zaznívají konkrétní návrhy od zemí, že opravdu chceme další zbraně ze západu, abychom mohli poskytnout ty svoje dál na Ukrajinu. Poprosím možná o krátké vyjádření obou, pokud bude možné.
Tak jestli můžu začít. Samozřejmě, že nás potěší, pokud budeme od našich západních spojenců dostávat modernější zbraně, než které máme my sami. Na druhou stranu ta přednost zase těch našich zbraní je ta, že ji umí Ukrajinci ovládat, Já bych tady chtěla ubezpečit občany České republiky, že jsme, byť byli velmi štědří vůči Ukrajině, tak jsme neposílali nic, co by ohrozilo naší vlastní bezpečnost. To dávám před závorku. Jsme připraveni v té pomoci dál pokračovat. Chtěla bych poděkovat zástupcům Spolkové republiky Německo, protože i včera vlastně na návštěvě zástupců Spolkové republiky Německo jsme si potvrdili ten dar několika Leopardů, tanků Leopard. Pokud od dalších zemí dostaneme nějaké další jejich moderní zbraně, budeme za to rádi. Ostatně i o tom byla přednedávnem ta dánská konference, respektive konference, kterou iniciovalo Dánsko a která by měla řešit nejenom tuto záležitost, ale i nějaké možnosti, které v našich zemích jsou z hlediska opravárenských závodů nebo i různých kapacit výrobních.
Well, my answer goes more or less in the same way, in the same direction. You have to make the difference between the European Union effort on supporting Ukraine, where all member states participate according with their GMP, according with their economic size. And this is the European Peace Facility that has provided 2.5 billion euros until now. 2.5 billion until now. But this is a collective effort. And then you have to add up what each member state does by its own. And that the differences are important. Certainly some are doing more than others. But it is done on a voluntary basis. There's nothing to do with a decision from the European Union, nor with the use of European funding. Each member state sovereignty, using its sovereignty, its decision-making process, provides arms to Ukraine. I can tell you about the European Peace Facility.
Okay, thank you. So last question, Frankfurter Allgemeine Zeitung. V treťom rade na konci.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thomas Kutschka, Frankfurter Allgemeine Zeitung. High Representative, two questions to you. The first one regarding this military assistance mission. Could you please make the point, what exactly would be the added value of an EU-led mission as opposed to the existing ones by different member states that are already working together with Ukrainian soldiers, training them? And the second question, you just mentioned the EPF, the European Peace Facility. At the current speed of spending or pledging in support of Ukraine, it will be empty by next spring. So what should happen afterwards? What is your suggestion to member states? Thanks.
We'll have to take a decision before next spring. Let's take care of the everyday problem. Today the problem was not the future of the European Peace Facility. The European Facility has a budget of 5.7 billion. So we are far from exhausting it. This is about the European Peace Facility. About the content of the mission, it's clear that some training activities that are being done by some member states are well done at the level of member states. For example, if France provides a certain type of guns, they provide training, and they better than anyone else can provide this training because that's their guns, no? But there are several processes in order to make an army work which are related with the whole functioning of a complex body like an army. And the Defense Minister of Ukraine has been explaining in the short term what they need, in the medium term what they need, in the long term what they need. And some of the needs they have explaining to us today, I'm sure it could be better provided pulling the capacities of the member states and looking for the speciality of each one of them. High-level training, organizing logistics, organizing military health, providing protection against nuclear, chemical or biological weapons. Well, that cannot be solved overnight. But we have to put the basis of an army who has to fight and will have to fight for quite a long time. And this is something that I am convinced, and I think most of the member states agreed, that can be done better using our resources and pooling our capacities. And that's what we are. And the member states in order to identify the concrete parameters that can be part of this mission.
Thank you very much. High Representative is going to chair the informal meeting of foreign ministers now in a few minutes, so we have to run, but there will be more press opportunities at the doorstep in 2 minutes, and then the press conference after Gimnich tomorrow. Thank you very much for your patience. Thank you for coming. Ďakujeme pekne. Pekný zvyšok dňa. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Huh?
No.
No.
Belanja sebebasnya. Bebas ongkir juga sebebasnya di Tokopedia.
Coming up on a newscast, the Union administration proposes first budget bill. The focus is on the government tightening its belt and helping the socially vulnerable amid soaring inflation. South Korean officials are in Washington to discuss ways to minimize the impact of the Inflation Reduction
Tokopedia.